Indy. Uh, what's up, guys? What's up, ladies and gents? We got the old Chad Rich in the house here. Oh, for some reason, man, this freaking camera on my computer is. I guess it's the lighting, is what it is. Hold on 1 second, I got something here. Let's see if this lighting helps. Oh yeah, see how clear it is now. Damn. Let's see if we can get this thing working better. This bad boy here is bright. Holy shoot. I feel like I'm in a jailhouse or something. Yeah. Oh well. It's a little pixelated, guys. I apologize. It's because of the lighting. Put the lighting off and see, it's really clear. So don't drop the soap. Okay. It's a little random. But we'll let her go with it since she's the old hot wifey. All right, guys. So just want to talk to you a little bit about the look here, optimistic. This is my new shirt I got over there. So the belief that everything gets better with another pint of craft beer. There you go. Yeah, hot wifey. That's right, Chad. All right, so I've talked to this. I've talked about this before, and I would say probably the hardest. Chad wouldn't know nothing about this because he never goes home, but he's going home for Thanksgiving, so he may put a video out regarding this um, after he gets back. But so basically, the man, I wish this lighting was better. Freaking thing sucks, but being back on the road after. Well, she keeps on retracting messages. What is the deal here? I'm gonna have to kick her butt off there if she keeps on messing around. But being back on the road after home time, especially a week or more home time, your first couple of days it takes me a couple of days to get back in the routine as far as running 9-10 hours a day. So I was sitting up in Pittston, and so so let me retract a little bit. So I had came from home time, went from home time, went to Louisville, and picked up a load at JBS. Everybody knows JBS is notorious for being late. Every time, any place, any state, anytime it says JBS Swift, you're more likely going to be the load's going to be late. Get into your appointment time is going to be late. Not saying that you're going to be late for your 90 or O2 or whatever it may be, but so my appointment was from 12 o'clock to 2100. I called at 12 o'clock on Monday, and they said it was in the door. It should be ready within a couple hours. So I was like, all right. So I went ahead and rode down there at 1500. I got in Louisville, and did not leave JBS in Louisville until 0300 the next day. So that was a little frustrating because of I came off of home time. I could have been basically just slept in my bed that night and rode down there that morning because it's only an hour and 15 minutes from the house. But getting back into the swing of things is it's a little. I'm gonna say a little. It takes time. It takes time to build that stamina back up again, from being off the road, sleeping in, getting used to your sleep pattern. So now you're used to, you know, going to bed at X and waking up at 5, 7 o'clock in the morning. And lately, these last couple of days, this last week or so, I've been waking up like at 1 o'clock in the morning and rolling out around 2, and finishing up by noon. I mean, today I was parked by 12:30, and I already had 10 hours and 23 minutes on my drive time. So it's it kind of goes. It's crazy. It's crazy. But being back on the road after a certain amount of time definitely takes a little bit of a couple of days to get back in the swing of things. But I'll be back in Springfield on Friday, and I'll be back over there, switching out the trucks. So the old Flash Dance here will have its last rodeo, pulling back into the terminal with me on Friday, and I'll pick up the new Freightliner. It's already there. It's already at the yard, which is a cool thing. They messaged me and they said, "Hey, it's here on the yard, and they'll have it ready for me by Friday because I'm getting a toolbox and I wish it was clear like this. So I'm getting a toolbox put on it, and so I can get these chains. I've had these chains over here, guys, in the floorboard with the on the International, because there is literally no storage space on the International. Storage space is terrible. I'm telling you. I mean, it is. It's beyond terrible. See if that helps it a little bit. Maybe not. No. Mm-mm. But so we had a great time on the cruise. We went on a Royal Caribbean cruise. We've been with Royal Caribbean before, and we was actually supposed to go to Coco Cay and Key West. We had never been to Key West. We had been to Coco Cay, and it ended up being the winds was too bad to, I don't know, get docked or wherever for the Coco Cay. So they actually bypassed that, and we actually got to stay overnight in Nassau. So some of you, if you guys are on my Instagram, Rolling for Time, go check it out. If you're not, hit the subscribe button, follow, whatever you want to do. And I had a lot of pictures that I had posted on the Instagram. Pretty cool pictures of Atlantis. Damn, went totally blank there for a second. So Atlantis, we have some really. That property is freaking huge, guys. I mean, I didn't realize how big it was, but that property it's massive, massive, massive. I mean, we walked 5 miles that day, and I felt like there was probably some places that we still didn't see that we could have saw. But we was just so tired. I was so tired. We had went out that morning, and I had my Adidas flip flops. Well, I had those ones that had those little I don't know, little beads or whatever on the foot sole of them, and they hurt my feet. They made my feet go numb, which is crazy. But so I wore them out and ended up actually giving them to the person to give to a homeless, and I went and bought me some Sperry's, which is what I had before, and because my feet hurt so bad. But it was so I had just got these Sperry's, and we went walking for that long. So it was a pretty cool day. It was a pretty good day overall. We had a great time. Ate a lot of great food. I just wish seafood. I realize that it's expensive or whatever, but you can get it at different places and it not be so much. They say market value or market price or whatever, and So we ate a few places out or whatever. Most of the time, we ate on the ships because it was free on the cruise. But Hog Rider, just living a dream, man. Trying to get a little bit better lighting in here. As you see, this is better lighting here, but obviously I don't want to hold this freaking light on my head all the time. So I'm trying to make it a little bit brighter, so it wouldn't be so pixelated for you guys. It seems like every time I do a video now, it just turns dark or whatever, and it's the quality of it is not that grand, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But so the Freightliner, I'm excited about getting to the Freightliner. I actually was up in Pittston, and Chad Rich was up there and on Sunday, and was able to chat with him. Got to eat breakfast with him on, I think it was on Monday. And before I rode out, I think he rode out to Baltimore, did something, picked up or dropped off the trailer and went down to Baltimore. But I took me a nap earlier. I plan on, I'll probably be rolling out tonight, probably about 2 or 3, and headed to Laredo, Texas. And anytime that usually you head to Laredo, Texas with Prime, it's at the yard. But this case, it's not at the yard. It's at the did you hear that, guys? My trailer brake just now kicked out. I guess it didn't. That is weird. It just now evacuated. I've never had that happen before. But yeah, that was a little weird. But I'm going down to man, things jumping around. The other day it was doing that too. It was moving around like I got hit or something. I actually thought I did get hit the other day. I was sleeping, laying back in the back, and all of a sudden the wind was blowing, and it felt like somebody hit my truck. And so I got my clothes on, went outside, couldn't find anything, went back, and what had happened was the wind had caught my tail fins in the back and opened them up. So it had basically jarred the truck to make it feel like that somebody had hit me, which was kind of random. But I'm going down to Hostess. It's a cake. I got some kind of cakes that's actually going to be a live unload. So I'm not going to the yard. I'm not going to, I probably go to the yard afterward. But as far as the delivery, typically, like I said, is when you go to Laredo, it's at the yard. You just drop and hook and kind of roll out. Mastrodonies or whatever it's called. Usually you pull out of there and usually goes up to Michigan or something like that. And I may do that as well. So what I may end up doing is doing this live unload in Laredo, going back to the yard and picking up, and I'll probably drive it into Springfield. So I'll be there on Friday to do all the paperwork for the turn in and the new truck lease. And there's some interesting things that I want to address once everything kind of I turn the truck in. I know Bags did a turn in video, and I want to do a little something. It's jet black Hog Rider. I actually wanted to do solid black, no striping, no nothing. Obviously, I got to have the prime on it and the truck number and all that stuff. So I went with real dark coloring, which is a Kentucky blue, the dark Kentucky blue on the black, so you can't hardly see it, which is what my goal was. But they made me put a stripe on it, so I got a little kind of a splash stripe on the front and the side, which was mandatory, unless you had finished out a lease with them, and of course, this in March will be my 1 year anniversary in this truck here. But so I argued with them a little bit. I tried to not to just basically get it plain black. They would not allow it. I got black on the mirrors, black on the grill. Everything's black. There's no chrome on it other than you'll see obviously the wheels, the polished step, and the tanks, the fuel tanks and stuff like that will be polished. But everything else, there's no chrome on it at all. That's the way I ordered it. I'm not saying it's that's the way it looks, but hey, that's the way I ordered it. You you have to have the chrome. No, I don't have to have the chrome. Chrome, nah. Chrome's okay, guys, but when you get it into, I feel like when you get into the Freightliners, the new Freightliners, um, it's a lot. It's a lot to maintain. And personally, if I were to purchase something, if it was an older, Freightliner or Peterbilt or something like that, the 357s, that's when you kind of, I think the chrome looks, obviously really, really good. But in my opinion, blacked out, I think it's going to look pretty good. Once I finish with it, I'm going to try to get me some carbon fiber gas locks, as far as fuel tank locks on there. Um, Make it a little bit, the polished and the black. I think it'll look pretty cool. But we'll see and see how that goes. But that's my intentions, is to basically get this new truck, man, and run it. Be able to get some space in here. When I was in Chad's truck on Sunday, me and him chatted a little bit, and I got in his truck after his student had got off his truck, and he had basically went home for Thanksgiving. So we went and chatted in his truck for a little bit, and just the space in there, guys, is so much more. Have you ever heard of this brand of sunglasses? My sister just now posted something gooder. Yes. So sorry, guys, squirrel. But the space in there, and actually Chad's got a refrigerator in there that I want. I'd like to get a little bit taller one, bigger one, but the one that he's got in there is kind of perfect. It's better than mine that I have in here right now. The one I have in here right now is when you open up one door, it has the freezer, little shelf thing, door, little flap door up top. Then you got your other refrigerated space. But his has actually got two doors, one on the top for the freezer and one on the for the refrigerator, and that's what I want. Let me tell you a little thing. So I left my truck. Of course, I didn't have a trailer on it. I left my truck at the house, and I just left my APU on standby, meaning that it's only going to charge my batteries. Of course, it got down. It snowed. It got cold. So I made sure I had fuel treatment in the tanks before I went home. That way, it could cycle through the system going to the house. And so when I got to the house, I was able to put everything on standby. I left my refrigerator on. Everything else was turned off. Wi-Fi was turned off. My modem, my computer, Xbox, everything else was shut down. So when I got in the truck, I had this rug I had bought at Walmart, like a little runner rug, underneath a little bit of the refrigerator going underneath, because Freightliners, their beds is like this right here, and the vents come out of this right here. Well, on the Internationals, they have like a little U, so it kind of goes like that. I mean, yeah, like that right there. Then it kind of flushes out because yeah, like that. So this has storage space in here. Then I got my vents over here. Then I got another vent over here, so I could slide things kind of underneath my bed. So I had that runner slid underneath the refrigerator a little bit and all the way to the back, under the bed. So when I came back to the house, uh, it was musky in here, and I was like, "Man, what is that smell?" And so everything was out of the refrigerator. I mean, all that stuff was, says condiments and that kind of stuff. But what had happened was that refrigerator or that freezer has started to unthaw for whatever reason. Even though I had the APU on standby, I guess it just kind of enough charged the batteries, but it didn't keep it good enough cold where it kept it froze all the time, and it defrosted that freezer, and it slowly started leaking out. Well, underneath the freezer that I have, it has like has a little shelf underneath there, and it had gotten full with water, and it had leaked out onto that rug, and that rug was soaked. Luckily, I had that rug in here, so that's when I threw that rug away. Everything, the smell and all that stuff, uh, went away, and we're all good there. But it was that's why I want a different freezer. I want a different freezer that's not a little thing that I can put like 2 items in there and it's full. For me, I like to keep stuff in my freezer, my meats and that kind of stuff, especially if I buy. Because for me, I see a lot of people that go to Walmart a lot, and trust me, if I'm traveling and I can dip into a Walmart, I will. But I see a lot of people that, not necessarily prime folks, but they bobtail from their destination 01, 90, 02, 05, 20, whatever it may be, and they bobtail into a Walmart, and they go shopping and that kind of stuff. And for me, most of the places I've delivered to is, once you get in there, you can't leave. I mean, they don't let you disconnect your trailer, drop it there in the door, outside, whatever it may be, and you bobtail somewhere else. Now, a couple places do, like Tyson in Texas. They actually have like a little bullpen area. What's up, Ian? So they actually have a little, bullpen area where you go to, you disconnect or drop your trailer, whatever it may be. Then you go to, and you can do whatever you want to and come back. They call you when it's done. And that'd be great. I just don't deliver at a lot of places like that. Usually, I'm a live load, and I cannot leave the premise once I drop the trailer into the door. A lot of times they won't even let me drop the trailer in the door. I still have to stay connected when I get into the door, if that makes sense. So, man, this light just like freaking blows. Sorry, guys. I gotta be a little bit more prepared next time as far as during the day, I guess, so this video is not as pixelated. So I apologize for that. But you guys got any questions? Where you at tonight? Have you guys ever been on a cruise, Royal Caribbean or any Carnival, Costa, Holland, whatever it may be? Have you been to Bahamas? We had been to the Bahamas, but since we had been to the Bahamas, it had changed so much. I'm telling you. Like, all I remembered was the straw market, and a lot of vendors, locals in there, and there's all kinds of building structures now, before you even get to the straw market. Been on Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, yeah, nice. Been on all those before. That's good. We used to cruise quite a bit, actually, and my wife had she's probably went 3 or 4 times without me, with her mom or dad, or with our daughter. So, but for me, I was either working, doing something else, or I was just too busy. I won't go on a cruise. That's where wife throws husband overboard. Yeah, I've watched a few Datelines stories with the overboard. Either wife or husband can work both ways. Um, so to give you a little story, we went to Hawaii in 2006, and is for our 10-year anniversary. We flew into Honolulu and went on a Norwegian, and we cruised all the islands in Hawaii. And the ocean got so bad, and this is the only one that it's been like this right here. But there was a storm that had hit in the location that we were, and the winds got so bad that they were literally tossing the chairs and the tables and stuff on the top deck of the ship. So they had to rope off everything upstairs, where you could not go upstairs, and they had to tie down everything up top because it was bouncing around so many places. It's pretty crazy. We've been to a lot of different places, a lot of different cruises, and that's by far the roughest that we've seen the sea be. But it can definitely toss you around. Trying MSc in March once I'm done with current student. What's MSc? Sorry, I'm not sure what MSc is. So, you're a trainer, I assume. Are you with Prime, I gather? Oh, Mediterranean. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's nice. My wife would be envious of you. She's been wanting to go to the the Mediterranean. Mediterranean. That'd be a cool little cruise right there. Be a cool area in general. We've never been anywhere in the Mediterranean. We've been all the way up through the Mexican Riviera, pretty much all the Caribbean. But no, I ain't becoming no trainer. Good evening. Got the alert, so I wanted to stop by and say, hey, what's up, Crazy Bags? I actually watched you in the Oxnard, California, I believe. As I was rolling this morning, I was watching the sunset where you were over there. Actually, you had pulled off at the 101, which Chad and I had ran from Santa Maria, and we ran down the 101. And you're right, man. That 101 is beautiful. If you've never been on the 101, guys, anybody that's in here, the 101 in California is beautiful. Goes along the ocean pretty much the whole way. Definitely crazy. They specialize in Mediterranean, but have a few ships in Caribbean out of Miami. Looking at they're a Gavilan ship. That'd be cool. That would be cool. We are in an Uber head to Ventura for dinner on the beach. Nice. I saw that he was going to be having dinner on the beach. That's cool. That is a cool thing. We the wife and I a few years ago, we went to Miami and we did a cruise, and we did a seafood restaurant, and it was on the pier. It was super cool. But right there on the beach eating. Are you going to be eating on the beach, Bags? I assume that's what your video said, that you was actually going to be feet in the sand, eating in the sand on the beach. Is that right? Wrong? But I tell you what, I can't quit yawning, guys. Can't quit yawning. It's been kind of hit or miss as far as I got here about 12:30, laid down, took me a nap, took me about a 3 hour nap. Then, I usually get about 5, 6 hours at night at sleep, and I'm up and we're running. We're running. I tell you what, for the last 2 days, guys, from Pittston all the way down. Here I'm in Popular, Mississippi right now, and it's not very popular. It's Poplarville or whatever. I don't know what. I mean, it's a little podunk town, nothing around. I'm at a Love's, but rain, guys. I'm talking about. I've seen probably, I don't know. I bet at least 5 or 10 accidents where cars have flew by me, and I'm like, man, they're going so fast and 20, 30 miles down the road, and they've wrecked or they've caused an accident, and the road's been blocked off. So it's been some flashers driving 45 mile an hour just it's been bad raining. But the rain appears to be gone, and looking at the radar, it's going to be clear sailing all the way to Texas from here on out. So that'd be good. Don't have to worry about the biggest thing that that not that I struggle with. I think anybody would struggle with it is being in an unfamiliar territory. I have never. I've driven it, but not a whole lot. Like, I've driven 40, 30s, 20, 44, 10, 5. As far as I've driven those roads quite a bit. But 81. So I came down 81 in through Virginia, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, onto the 59, to the 20, then to the 12, then to the 10 is the way I'll be going. But there's a lot of mountains right there in West Virginia and the Virginia area, and you don't realize how tall some of those mountains are. And when you're going down them, the it can really pick up your speed. Excuse me. And if you're not diligent, if you're not aware, and you're not watching what you're doing, your speed can pick up really, really, really quick. And with it being wet and raining like it has been, you could definitely lose control pretty quick. So definitely be alert. If you're out there and you're driving, that's one thing that I can say that I'm really, really cautious about is at nighttime. I don't like really. What's up, Stefan? I'm particular not a big night. I know some people like Bags. I think he likes running at night. For me personally, I'm more of a 3 or 4 get up in the morning, run, and you got some dark time that runs into the daylight. Then you're parked early and you're good. But you got some people that just want to run night shift, and hey, that's the best time for going through certain areas, definitely because of traffic. For me, my delivery is not until Monday at 09 to 12 o'clock. So I'm 12 hours and 28 minutes away, 741 miles away. And what I'll do tonight, I'll get up at 4 o'clock, run 9 hours, be right at about noon, 1 o'clock before I get there. Do a 10-hour break, 11 or 12 o'clock. And that time I'll be near Laredo, and I will run about 3 hours in at night. So about 1 to 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll be going through Laredo area, going there and being at the 90. Basically, it's a first come, first serve. So I'll just go ahead and try to do a restart my clock there. Then once I'm done, I'll PC from there, go to the yard, and I'll do my 10 hours. I should have probably about 2 or 3 hours left on my 10-hour break, be ready for a fresh clock to run it again. So love nights except when rain and can't see the lines. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's raining so bad during the day today, you can hardly see the lines. It was going through Birmingham on the 459 bypass right there where it's shut down on 59 going into Birmingham, Alabama. The road construction right there on 459, it was pretty good. I mean, as far as that couple wrecks. Where you at, Stefan? Where you at, Hog Rider? I'm where you at? We know where Crazy Bags is at. He's up there in California. Better get him some grub on. Hog Rider's at home. At Terminal in Springfield. Hey, Ein, go look for 609 Force. What is it? Heck, I don't even know what it is. My truck's over there. Let's see. 602 477. 602 477. It's a black Freightliner 2020. I'll be there Friday, swapping out things. Probably cleaning out my truck on Friday, moving into the new truck either Friday night or Saturday. My goal is to basically get transitioned Friday, use the weekend to get everything put into the new truck. In that time, I'll do a 72-hour reset to be ready to run and rock and roll on Monday. So that's my plan, anyways. That way, I'm not kind of stuck in Springfield for that long. I got a couple other business things I got to take care of while I'm in Springfield, but that's the big thing right there. Switching the truck and talking to a few people. But guys, I won't keep you on here. It's 38 minutes. I figured that I would just come over here, shout with you a little bit about, what it is, what kind of truck. I got a Freightliner. I got a new 2020 Freight, Stefan. Yep. That's what I got. And I'm just ready to get up Alice International. I got cool. I'll keep your eye out. Hey, Jason, what's up? What's up, Dale? I didn't get any special features. I got the LEDs. I mean, I only got like $1,700, $1,800 worth of upgrades. I got the LED lights, headlights. I got the LED ceiling lights. I got the upgraded. I think the number 2 on the seats. Got a step box being put on it, but I don't know, a couple other things that I'm not even for sure about. This when I was ordering and I done it, it sounded like that's what I wanted, and that's one of the things that I wish I went ahead and waited truly as far as to get what I wanted before taking this international. But I guess you live and you learn. But now I can tell you this: since March, guys. So people talk about and I'm sorry, I'll get off here in a second. But people are talking about the, for me, I'm going to lose my tire fund that I have on this international. So what does that mean? So just to kind of give you an example, what that means is, if I can pull it up here and see what we got here. Is it my progress? Or yep, right here. So people talk about the end of the lease incentive. So, for example, these are 3-year leases. So, right now, let me see if I can get that. So, right now, you can see the end of year lease is $3,343.97. That's what it's been since March. March 28th is when I got this truck. So you can imagine going for 36 months how much that would build up to be. So you're probably talking about, a good, I would say, $18,000 to $25,000 that would go pretty good with. And basically what that is something so if you're done with that lease, you can turn the truck back in. They write you a check for that difference, minus the issues, the things, that's wrong with the truck. They obviously will get that paid for, taken care of, but that's money that they give back to you that you can in return put on as a down payment for another truck, or you could walk away and have cash in hand and just do another 3-year lease and do the exact same thing again all over again. But my tire fund balance right now is $1,592.26. So when I turn this truck in, you got to make it 36 months. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying, Junior. 36 months on any lease, not just international, to finish a lease out, to get everything. And of course, you've done, I think, it on at least one, maybe two of your trucks that you have. Nothing, Junior. I was just talking about I was showing them I'm actually turning my truck in, and I was showing them the tire fund that I have and the lease completion bonus or incentive that you get if you were to finish out. Obviously, I'm not going to be finishing out this lease on this international. I ordered me a new Freightliner that I'll be picking up Friday. But I was just explaining to them that's money that basically I will walk away from, that I've put inside this truck, as far as, and that will go, the way I understand it now, correct me if I'm wrong, that tire fund stays with the truck. So, I mean, it's got really good tires on it right now. I expect that they will look at them. If there's any issues with them, they'll either replace, repair. When I say repair, they have some not brand new tires, but they have tires that have really good tread on it that I've been told that you can go to the tire bay and kind of do some swapping out or whatever. If for example, if you had 200,000 miles on your tires, you could go in there and you're about ready to turn your truck in and still just buying brand new tires for it and losing all that money. I've been told that you can go to the tire bay and basically say, hey, I'm going to trade this in. I want to get some good tires, but I don't want to buy brand new tires, and they'll work with you on that to kind of do the best they can. I know what I'm saying. National are having too many. Yes. Yeah. You get some money back depending on how tires are. Yeah, exactly. Get with success leasing on that. Yeah, I've had a few issues with this one, Junior. That's the reason why I'm done with it. I've had a couple of air issues with the leveling system throughout the truck go out on me twice. I've had the hose changed on it twice, as far as with the power booster, and other than that, I mean, it's not been too bad. I got a check engine light that's been on for probably 3 weeks. Road Assist didn't message me back. So I messaged him the exact code. I went on, looked at it, and it said that it was an aftermarket fuel thing. So when I took it into Pittston, they looked at it, said that it had to go to the dealer, and I said it's going into the getting turned in on Friday. They can deal with it. Um, so that's my story and history with the internationals. I'm not a big fan of it. Everybody told me to stay away from it, but I got a taste of it, and you live and you learn. You live and you learn. But I am excited about getting into the Freightliner. Definitely a lot more room. You guys be safe. Watch yourself out there on the road. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be working Thanksgiving. I'm actually going home on Christmas. So you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Tell everybody you love them. And we'll holler at you later.